Hey everybody, and welcome again to this live session. My name is Nicholas Mighty, and welcome. I'm really excited to have you at this live session wherever you are. I hope you're having a great day so far. Print on demand is really amazing because what you look at here is basically financial freedom, right? Being able to create a business, and I would say on the side, but hey, don't take that for granted and say, well, I'll look at it once a month. I'm talking about being able to put together 30 minutes of work that can actually produce results for you, right, on ongoing basis. So it's very, very important to kind of use that advantage because most of this is going to be automated, really. And of course, apart from setting up your store, you go through all of these kind of things. And, once you set them up, you put up some ads and you put up some content, which mostly you will schedule, right? So creating the graphics might be part of the work that you might do or outsource. It does, that's entirely up to you. But hey, when the sales begin to come in, you will be happy, right? And some of the work will be done by people. Part of what we are going to discuss today is some of the work will be done by other people and not yourself, right? In other words, once you create a post like this one, someone else is going to share it for you. So, which is really exciting, isn't it? And that's, the beauty of what we are going to cover today. So, hey, right, we are going to look at Facebook ads, right? So Facebook ads we've got, and Facebook ads in quotes, because today we are going to start at something really simple, something that everybody can do. And the reason is typical Facebook ads can become a little bit of a learning curve, right? Now we will cover those in the, in the posts, in the kind of live sessions that we have next. We have another one on Saturday. We will cover more about promotional methods, but we are going to start here, something that anyone can do. If you've ever had a Facebook account, you can actually do this and you don't need to learn too much. But remember, one thing is, promoting print on demand is basically building an audience, right? Of people that you keep around your product, you keep around, what you're selling. Now, that is very, very important to understand because these are not going to be bought. Uh, Probably 70% are not going to be impulsive buyers or impulse, you call them impulse buyers or whatever you call them, people that see something and they want it and they want it now. Sometimes it's going to take a while, for some people to actually convert, right? But it's not a problem because eventually, when people share, somebody might like a video that you have posted. Maybe it's a funny video. And that's part of what we are going to include in our promotions. Funny content, of course, that designs themselves, like this one, right? Something to show a shirt that somebody can actually purchase. So we will include that as well. And definitely, yeah, what else? Other content like value posts, something factual, right? We can also include that. So it's very important to have the mixture of things going in there. So we are going to start at something really simple, and that's ideally helping us to, this is a new. If you look at this Facebook page, this is a new page that has just been put in place. Like I said, I am fresh. I'm like you, just going through these and getting to understand what actually works. But if you watch this at a later stage and you want to know what happened, check the links in the description. You will be able to see the videos that followed, So this is session number 3, actually. This is session number 3. So if you want to look at what else followed, then go ahead and look at session 4, 5, 6, and whatever that ended, right? So we're not going to end this until we've figured out, how to make this a successful brand. And you can follow through, the same way I am doing it. You can just follow the steps. If you haven't set up your print on demand store, then you can still check the description. You will be able to set this up. A store like this one, right? This was set up, and the video is still in the description. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is in the description. And if you're on Facebook, then you will see somewhere, you will have some sort of access to the resources, right? So very, very important. And, it's pretty easy, right? But like I said, if you're not techie, don't waste your time on the store because that's not your goal. It's not to learn how to build a website. Your goal is to actually build a profitable business, right? If this takes you more than 2 days to put together, then outsource it. Outsource it. And I've got a link to where you can outsource this, right? So very, very, very important. So let's go back to, I will remove my face from here and put it on the side, make it smaller so we can actually follow through. So let's get on to, the post. So I created this post and I'm going to um, edit it so that somebody can actually it says manage post. I'm not sure why it says manage post, but it's probably because I don't have full rights as my colleague has set up this page and given me half the rights, even though he tried to give me full rights. But I would edit this. So seize the moment as the title of the design, and inspiration never gets better than this. I could add buy this now, and I can put a link to seize the moment, which is basically this. I can put a link to this on here, right? So that it has some sort of direction for the action that can actually be taken. So what we can do, we are going to go, like I said, we are going to go into promotions, right? But it's very important to understand that we are building, focus should be on building an audience first because, hey, remember, real people are who are going to buy this, right? So if somebody likes your page, most probably they like the content that you're posting, which means every post that you put on here, they will see on their feed. Okay. So that's a very good thing. If you want to go follow, get more likes and follows, that's absolutely amazing. It will help you. But I prefer, I would recommend that you put up quite a number of posts, maybe 5 posts before you initiate something like that, maybe getting more brand awareness. Then add more posts and then you can be able to go for such a goal in your promotions. But boosting versus creating an advert on Facebook. Now we are going to cover the pros and cons of these next time. But one thing I would like to say about boosting is it allows you to create brand awareness basically, and the people know where to find you again and again and again. But I always recommend that you always have your website on here because Facebook is not your home. Okay, Facebook is a place where you're working, but it's someone else's thing, so it could go down at any time. So always make sure you have your product. Don't bring a Redbubble and all of those kind of links and then you put them on here. Redbubble is a marketplace for t-shirts, and if I can Google it here, if I go to the Google page, I prefer to do that and just type Redbubble, and you can see it's basically a marketplace, with so many shirts, so many designs, mugs, phone cases, shops, shop gifts, and all of those kind of things. So if you create your products on here and they are hosted on here, don't bring that link because it will not help you that much because it's pointing to someone else's. So you want to build a brand, you want to build something that people can remember. So very, 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 very important. So boosting, right? So that's the most basic thing you can do because it's easy, right? You're going to get some follows. Now I'm going to boost it today, just now, together with you, and after this video I will create more posts so that people have some content to look at, in terms of, so people don't just come to the page that has one post. This is a new page, but I'm going to create more, about up to 5, and add them on here so that wherever people get here, they can be able to have a look at some stuff, have a laugh, and probably like the page. So I will click that. And as you can see, you can have an ad account. Okay, so I'll just change that quickly. I'm not sure why it's telling me to settle this because that's been settled, so I won't mind that. Let's try to see what they're trying to say. Uh, okay. So again, let's not overthink this. It's pretty easy. All you again, it's coming back, but that's not a problem. So again, it's pretty easy. Now, I don't like to do automatic, right? So I like to change that. And I would say get more engagement, get more website visitors, get more calls. I would say get more engagement. Okay. Because again, I'm trying to create a community, basically people who are interested in the type of product that I'm promoting. And once I change that, of course, these goals we are going to test and see what works or what doesn't work in the future. Leverage Facebook's data to automatically deliver. So that's okay. I will add a button, which is basically buy now. All right. It may crop the image. That's fine. Let's have a look. Okay, that's the original, and that's the square. It's not very decent what Facebook is trying to tell me. I'll leave it to the original. Special add category. No, I will leave that off. The audience, I will edit that. So again, that goes back to my planning. I did some I did some work planning this, and I will get back. I've got quite a number of tabs open. Um, really sorry for that. So I'll get back to my, and probably I'll carry this over. I'll leave it here. So again, I planned my project here, and I'll talk about project planning. If you haven't known what to do, basically you've got to um, document what's your target market. And I'm going to target entrepreneurs. What are their interests? Interested in inspiration and personal development. What's their location? The UK, because that's where I live. So, but I don't want to. I don't want to localize it that much. So, I'll target the UK and the US, and of course, they are 20 to 50. So, yeah, so that's as simple as it can get. Really, really simple. I'm not going to make it complex. So, I will go back to my ad, right? So if you remember, let's have a look. Audience details. Okay. So men and women, I chose 50, 55. Did I? Or did I say 50? Okay, I'll say 55. And I think I chose 20. All right. So location, the United States and the United Kingdom. Okay, I'll leave it at that. And detailed targeting. Your ad will be shown to people who match at least one of the following interests. So what are their interests? I would say personal development. So there is that interest. Some are interested in entrepreneurship, I would say. Well, it can be an interest as well. Let's and I'm creating something really simple, but we will look at how to make this even more effective in the next coming session, next live session. So I'm going to leave it at that for now, and of course there is these suggestions, but I won't mind those. So let's have a look at. I'm going to save this audience, but I will definitely try to edit. Now, the advantage of an advert over a boosted post is you get more, uh, you get much more detailed when it comes to targeting, right? So you get more detailed. You get down to who actually, who is not your customer, and then who is actually your customer, and then you break down their interests as well into much more granular kind of thing. So that's the advantage of the ad, but let's leave it at that for now. Let's go on to save this audience. Okay, there may okay, which is fine. So this is part of iOS tracking and all of those kind of issues, but we will look at a solution for this as well. Okay, so let's go into the duration. How long do we want this to run? So I'm going to run this until the next live session, which is Saturday. And the date on Saturday will be the 1st. Okay, so let's see how many days those are. And that's there. So we're gonna start it. So that's about 5 days. Okay, we're gonna give it a tiny budget. I don't need to do so much per day. And I'll give it about, let's say, let's have a look at what that says. Well, so this is the number of people that will be reached around these people. Now, that's the total budget, basically, the total budget for, and it's just about $10. And honestly, I'm testing here. So what we are doing is basically creating an audience, but we are trying to see what works, and all of this stuff will definitely be changed. The audience will be refined in more detail. So this is basically us getting to introduce people to our new brand and getting to see what the reaction will be. So don't fear to try things. What I'm trying to show you is I'm just in the same position as you were, and this is a new brand which could actually be you doing this. So don't fear to attempt things and to try out things. You'll definitely get results. Okay. So again, this is what the ad will be like. My Marvel brand, mindfully printed, and like I said, I'm going to edit this. It's just that I don't have the rights to the page because my colleague didn't give them to me that much, but I will definitely. So there is an issue here that's preventing it from actually working, and for some reason that's been sorted, but it just keeps reoccurring. So it says success, goes away, but keeps coming back. So that's what's failing this from showing boost now. But having set up everything should be good to go. So this should be okay. Once you set up once you set this up and everything is fine, of course, I'm assuming that you don't have any issues with like this, then you should be able to click boost now, and that should be good to go. And then you can watch the results. But like I said, make sure you have 5 posts on your page, so it's easy for people to find what type of content you have and all of these kind of interactions, because people are going to like your page, and that's exactly what you want. You want to build a community. So next time we will, at the end of this, we'll boost another post and aim at getting, more likes on the page, ideally building a community. Now we are putting a budget to this because we want faster results, but you can also do this, organically, right? Which is much slower. And of course, you've got to have an ad account. Now, in the future, I will create a tutorial on how to actually set all of these things up, but it's very easy. If you try to boost a post, Facebook will always prompt you to create an ad account. So that shouldn't be a problem, right? So like I said, this is my issue right now, but I'm going to sort that out and this post will be boosted. So that's just about it. We will look at the results of our boost next time on Saturday, the 1st of October. And of course, whenever you're watching this, click the like button, follow us, and share this with someone else who is actually, out there trying to build passive income, even though they probably have a job on the side.